The first set of psychiatric disorders we're going to be talking about are mood disorders, things like major depressive disorder and bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 disorder, amongst others. And just like for all of the disorders we'll be talking through, there's not one big lecture that you'll have to watch. Instead, I've broken the material into chunks to make it easier for you to go back and review. In this first lecture, all I'm going to do is talk you through some language related to mood and mood disorders so that as we go into the specifics about mood disorders and then diagnostic criteria, you'll have the language down. So I just want to start by defining a few terms. The first is mood, and mood refers to someone's sustained emotional state, so how the person is feeling internally. Now, because mood is something subjective and internal, it's not always readily observable to others. So one of the key ways that we judge a person's mood is by asking them. So we can use something like a mood thermometer and ask people to rate their mood overall, or in terms of particular feelings like anger or fear. But more often than not, the way that we judge another person's mood is through their affect. And we can define affect as the way a person's mood or emotional state is conveyed, essentially how their mood is making them act. So based on a person's affect, so their facial expressions, their body language, etc., we make judgment calls about people's moods. Overall, in the DSM-5, mood disorders are comprised by two subsets of disorders. There are depressive disorders and also bipolar and related disorders. And although these disorders are very, very different from one another, they're unified by the fact that a person's intensity of mood and resulting affect can cause significant distress or functional impairment. Now, in the DSM-5, mood disorders are diagnosed based on the presence or absence of mood episodes. A mood episode is defined as a cluster of symptoms that occur together for a discrete period of time. And there are three types of mood episodes that the DSM-5 describes: depressive episodes, manic episodes, and hypomanic episodes. As we go through the diagnostic criteria for these three types of mood episodes, you'll start to get a better sense of what a mood episode actually is. But one way to think about mood episodes is like a person on a carousel. We can think of mania as being way, way up, whereas we can think of depression as being very, very low. Another way to think about this is like this. So if we think of people's moods as spanning a continuum from severe mania to severe depression, severe mania would be at the very top of the mood spectrum, while severe depression would be all the way at the bottom. So that's the basic language related to mood and an overview of how mood episodes are defined. Next up, we'll talk through the diagnostic criteria for different types of mood episodes.